Alright. We would not like to play first. Whoop. And that's a shame. There's so much value. We will definitely be going to 6 here. Look at, oh, this is like a 10 card hand. Ugh. I hate mulligans. I hate them so much. I always look for reasons to keep a hand, but this hand's fine. Hey, look at this. There's some cards we haven't seen before. So we've got a pretty good beatdown draw. It's broken up by a single galvanic blast, but okay, so this guy made the finals and hasn't lost a game, so I'm trying to remember. He's green, so I remember passing a Slice and Twain. Didn't see any Fanger Marauders. I did see a Blight Widow. Green red. Well, I doubt this life staff is going to live very long, as green red is just full of ways to get rid of a Sylvok life staff, but maybe he just has nothing. Maybe he had a loose keep on the play, and we can luck sack him like we did our last 2 opponents. And by last 2, I mean last one, because the first guy got to play all sorts of awesome stuff, and we beat him anyway. But this card could be good with this card. Alright, so is he just gonna like wreck our guy in response? Me tapping the white source, so he knows we don't have Apostle's Blessing, like a pro, and have nothing. Alright. So this is pretty good. We obviously need to draw some more action, but our little makeshift Porcelain Legionnaire is pretty good. You could have Scrap Melter, you could have Blight Widow. I know we passed a Blight Widow. That would stop us cold. Vital Splicer. Alright, that isn't too threatening. Let's see. I actually don't know how that works with Red Sun Zenith. It says if it would be put into a graveyard. So I think the regeneration replaces the death, and so it never would go to a graveyard, I think is the way that works. Anyhow, we're just gonna get big with Phyrexian Crusader. And do we want to move the life staff? If he has Turn to Slag, that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, let's just do this. I don't see any plays. Man, you know what would be a nice draw is that Skin Render. We totally blew that guy out match 1, game 1 with it, and we haven't seen it since. Like Skin Render your Golem, move life staff, attack. Be pretty sweet. We have had the fortune of playing 3 decks that are all really, really bad against Crusader. I'm assuming, because he seems to be mostly red, and we played red-white and mostly white. But I mean, anything that's not black is going to have trouble with this guy, because he is hard to tangle with in combat, especially defensively. And Red Sun Zenith, the Zenith draws near for you when I find a mountain. So if he goes too low on life, we can just get him. Hopefully he has extensively watched our replays and does not know about the Red Sun Zenith, and is in fact confident that we are only splashing for Burn the Impure. I love Fireball. It's rare that Fireball will not make my deck. The only time Fireball won't make my deck is if I'm also splashing another 3rd color. And but anyways, we passed a Contagion class that can deal with Crusader. We've passed Blight Widow, would obviously be good. Birthing Pod. Oh my. That is pretty nutso. Cause he can sack this and get a 5-drop. Yeah, that seems pretty fair. I guess he was just trying to remember what was in his deck. Yeah, man, you got it. Probably some hotness that just ranches us. It's got to be a creature, and it's got to cost exactly 5. Sensor Splicer. Well, that is just nuts. Josh Schwartz would be proud. Okay. So they all have vigilance. Is that the brew? Alright, I'll see your vigilance and raise you first strike. Well, no, that's not gonna work because he's just gonna double block. I guess I could have beat in and dare him to do it. I gain 6 life if he does, and then I play the Draw Stripper. Next turn he's gonna sacrifice the Sensor Splicer and get something even worse for me. This is not going very well. Do I want to trade my Shikari for a Golem? He's not gonna attack if I do nothing, but I feel like every turn with the Birthing Pod I give him is a turn that I'm not gonna get back. I could just play Draw Stripper and pass. And then he can't attack me, but then whatever he gets with this is just going to be nuts, and he's going to have 2/3/3